Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another episode of Food House Nation. So you guys want to start meal prepping, but you really don't know how to start or what to start with. Well, in today's episode, I'm going to help you guys with that. So what is meal prepping? Meal prepping is really just taking all of your meals that you're going to eat during the week and making them in one big batch. The reason you do this is because you're saving time, you're saving money actually by bulk buying stuff, and you're kind of eliminating the stress of everyday cooking, after work, before your workout, after your workout, whatever it is. Meal prepping is the way to go with that. Also guys, you might be on a strict diet, whether you want to gain weight or you might want to lose weight. So you want to add carbs, take away carbs. That's another reason why you meal prep. So guys, it's really important to know your goals as to why you're meal prepping. Again, whether you're trying to gain weight, maybe you're trying to lose weight, maybe you're just a really hard worker during the week, Monday through Friday, and you have no time to cook. So you want to meal prep on the, Sunday night, or even Sunday the whole day for the whole entire week, and there you go, there's your meals. So know your goals as to why you're meal prepping, and that's really going to help you kind of create a roadmap for your whole meal prep during the week. All right, the first thing you want to do when you're starting meal prepping is to pick a day to actually do the prep. Typically what people do is they'll either pick 1 or 2 days during the week to actually meal prep. So I know when I did it, or my friends do it, it's like Sundays and Wednesdays. That way it kind of breaks up the week, so you're not stuck all on just one day mass prepping for this whole entire week coming up. Even though like some people like doing that, they like their freedom during the week, and then they have one day during the week where they just spend the whole day cooking and prepping. One thing I can really say is when you are meal prepping, make sure you get a calendar, because when you have a calendar, you can kind of visualize. I know I'm a visual learner, so by visualizing what you're meal prepping, when you're meal prepping, it kind of just helps you break down the entire week or month or however you want to do it. All right guys, so when you're choosing your meals to meal prep, there's a few things you want to keep in mind. One, how many people are you meal prepping for? Is it just you? Is it you and maybe your spouse or whoever? Or maybe it's your whole family. So there's many factors that play into it. Again, if it's just you, you're not going to buy as much food as you would if you're meal prepping for a whole family for the week. Step 2 is to choose recipes that are really going to help balance your diet and keep your goals in mind. A good formula I like to use when I'm kind of choosing recipes is 1 gram of protein equals 4 calories, 1 gram of carbohydrates, usually it's around 4 calories, and 1 gram of fat is about 9 calories. Now guys, when you're shopping for your foods, as I said earlier, you want to buy in bulk. When you buy in bulk, you're not only saving money, but you're also just helping alleviate the stress when you're actually cooking, because you're buying one thing, you're gonna mass cook this one thing. It's a lot better doing it that way than stressing yourself out by doing 5 different meals here and then 5 different meals there. You're gonna drive yourself crazy that way. So if you mass prep kind of one thing, it really helps with the process. But then also keep in mind, you may not want the same thing every day throughout the week. So really kind of gauge out your meals depending on what your goals are and what you like. All right guys, number 3, when you're meal prepping, let's talk about those storage containers. Choosing the right storage containers can really make or break your meal prep, guys. By throwing everything in one big box in the fridge, you're gonna be left with this gooey mess of food that you're really not gonna be that appetized with. So choose the right container. Number 1, when I'm choosing the right containers, I make sure they have dividers. Again, I don't want to choose a container that has no dividers. I'm gonna throw everything in one giant heap of mess. Also, by having a container that has dividers, I'm keeping everything separated and I'm preventing cross-contamination. Number 2, when I'm choosing the right containers for my meal prep, I'm looking for, are they BPA free? Now BPA free products became really popularized within the last 8-9 years. These are microwave safe and they are not releasing harmful chemicals back into your food when they are reheated. One thing you can do when you're looking for a BPA-free container is if you look right at the bottom of the container, if it has a little triangle with the letter, or the number, sorry, a little triangle with the number 7 in it, it usually is not BPA-free. If it is BPA-free, it's gonna say BPA-free on it. Also, when I'm looking for the right containers, I like to see if they're clear or not. When they're clear, they're very easy to distinguish in the refrigerator. I can go right there, boom, grab what I need. And I'm not just like looking through this heaping mess of like a bunch of different containers that are all black and I can't see what's in them. So it's really easy if you just get clear containers. So just a quick recap, guys, of what I look for when I'm getting my containers. They're BPA free, they are microwave safe, they're freezer safe because you don't want them cracking, you know, if you freeze them and they just crack, that does nobody any good. You want to make sure, again, they're microwave safe, they're stackable and they're reusable. If you get reusable ones, they're awesome because you don't got to keep spending money on buying more containers. You know, that gets really costly over the source of however long you're meal prepping for. All right, number 4, when meal prepping, guys, in the kitchen, okay? Generally speaking, simple meals work wonders. If I'm just doing one meal, you know, with chicken and some vegetables, it's a lot easier to handle, you know, cooking like 5 of those meals rather than, you know, a really intense, like intricate meal 5 times over. It can get really messy and really stressful. So generally speaking, simple meals are better. Also, guys, you want to really learn to multitask when you are cooking these meals, because I don't want to be cooking, you know, rice, wait 15 minutes, then start my chicken, wait another 30 minutes, then start my vegetables, wait, you know, another 15 minutes. And by the course of that, you know, you've already wasted an hour or 2 hours, however long it is, when I really could have condensed all that into like 40 minutes. So do your rice, throw your chicken in the oven at the same time. While that's cooking, go over here and start cutting up all your vegetables. That way you get everything done in a simple, easy manner. When you do start meal prepping, guys, a really good thing you can start with is fruit. Fruit is easy. It's you can find it anywhere. You don't need like huge containers to keep it in. It's a really easy start. So start with, you know, cantaloupe, cut it up for like 4 days, then add, you know, watermelon to it. Do cantaloupe and watermelon for the next 4 days, and then watermelon, cantaloupe, pineapple for the next 4 days until you get really used to that, and then start moving on to like hot foods, a little more intricate kind of foods. And then that's really how you kind of build your repertoire of meal prep. All right, guys, another thing you want to do when meal prepping is never underestimate the power of a crock pot, an Instapot. There is so many recipes out there that are available at the power of the internet. It's insane. So definitely use those to your advantage. Like I said, there's tons of recipes out there. All you got to do is just Google them. Some you might have to pay for, but generally speaking, there's a ton of free recipes out there, guys. So just a quick recap, guys. When meal prepping, you want to know why you're meal prepping. Know your goals. Are you a weekend, you know, kind of worker? Are you a Monday through Friday worker and you have no time? Is that why you're meal prepping? Or are you on a strict diet? You have to have low carbs. Know your goals as to why you are meal prepping. Number 2, kind of know your audience when meal prepping. Is it just for you? Are you meal prepping for other people in your house? You got to know these things because it's going to help you when you're buying your product, kind of planning out your meal prep and everything. Number 3, when you're meal prepping, use the right containers. I cannot stress this enough. You want containers that have dividers. You want them to be freezer safe, microwavable safe. They're BPA free, they're reusable, they're stackable. All those things are great things to consider when buying the right containers. Again, when you're cooking your meals in the kitchen, you want to buy your meals, your stuff in bulk. That way when you're cooking it, you know you're saving money, you're saving time. So buy in bulk. I cannot stress this enough. Learn to multitask again. Don't just do one thing at a time. Try to do, you know, a couple things at a time. That way you're saving time when you're cooking and you're not just spending, you know, hours and hours and hours cooking, you're gonna stress yourself out. So really learn to multitask. All right guys, that kind of wraps it up for today's video. If you like what you've seen, make sure you drop a comment below, like this video, share it everywhere, and of course subscribe to the channel. But remember, when you do subscribe to the channel, you want to hit that notification bell. When you hit that notification bell, that's what's going to alert you when I do post new videos. All right, thank you guys so much for your support. I appreciate it. Have a great day, guys.